Two of the top teams in the conference, two of the top teams in the nation on the big stage on this Sunday afternoon. Nelis Cabello sprinting and will set up Carissa Blackshear on that swing, and Calissa goes along. It's a point for Stanford.
Louisville wants to attack out of the middle of the court to get things started, and Blackshear is high and hard to defend out of the middle.
And Spencer Etzler, the freshman libero for Stanford, will serve. Cabello with the bump set across the court to Chloe Chacoin, the transfer from Purdue. And here's Elliott Rubin, the only returning All-American that Stanford has. Solid opportunity here for Stanford, and Lizzie Andrew will get the swing and the kill.
The middles for Stanford are key to this match. They can hit such a high percentage, and Stanford wants to get them involved, especially in transition. They both hit over 400 on the season.
You know, Holly, looking at the Stanford team, they've got some young players in key positions. Spencer Etzler is one of those, a freshman in the libero position, but they also have a true freshman as their setter, Logan Parks.
It's incredible. I think this Stanford team is going to improve as this season goes on because of those young players in key positions.
Yeah, and Logan Parks, number 24 in that black jersey for Stanford, started out this season in a different role than just setting.
Logan Parks came in as part of a 6'2". You see the production from the underclassmen. This is a huge part of what Stanford does, but she was running a 6'2". Now she's running a 5'1", where she gets all the setting reps with her hitters at practice, and the offense has really picked up because of that.
Yeah, the big difference is that there's always one setter on the floor, and you always have three attacking options in the front row. It's kind of like using a two-quarterback system in football when you run a 6'2".
Exactly, and me as a former setter, I love to be the one and only setter because the connection with your hitters, the rhythm, you can feel it better.
That's an adjustment this Stanford team has made through the first several matches of the season. To the back corner, coming in from the right side is Jordan Harvey.
One of the benefits of this 5'1" for Stanford is that Jordan Harvey gets to play all the way around. She's an explosive player in the front row, but out of the back row, one of the most powerful serves for Stanford.
And they love having her energy on the court and that competitiveness that now doesn't rotate off the floor.
You see the confidence from Louisville going to freshman Blackshear again out of the middle. They run what you call a slick, a little bit slower, quick set. They just put it up high and let her go up and get it. And she's very successful with that one.
Yeah, her head coach, Dan Meskey, just raves about her athleticism, saying that she is one of the most physical and athletic players they've ever had at Louisville. My goodness, Lizzie Andrew.
Speaking of physical and athletic, Lizzie Andrew is long and dangerous. She's really developed a consistent slide for Stanford.
And talking to Dan Meskey before this weekend, it was on Friday that they faced Cal, so obviously in the Bay Area, not far from here. He was worried about that being a trap game for this Louisville team, but guess what? They took care of business, got the sweep. And you saw the difference, Holly. They went really hard on game day and in yesterday's practice.
Dan Meskey, the head coach of Louisville, said, look, we're a young team in terms of experience. We need to compete hard. We need to keep learning. You see the tough serve creating that easy score opportunity for Logan Parks of Stanford.
Nelis Cabello setting up Kara Cressy in the middle. That is the captain and the leader we were talking about. Second swing gets it done.
Louisville needs to make a point of using that middle. You see back-to-back attacks. Even though Stanford was able to slow down the first one, Kara Cressy gets a second one, hits through the seam of the block.
What makes middle so terminal?
It's a hard ball to defend. It's happening so quick. You have to shoot your hands over the net, and oftentimes the block has to dive one way or the other.
And then Louisville's block showing up. This is a solid blocking team. They are fourth in the nation in blocks per set.
I feel year after year, that is a consistent part of the Louisville team. They're disciplined going side to side. You see Cressy and Cabello work together for that block.
That's like in their DNA, is it not? Louisville is going to be a good blocking team, and right now Stanford getting some offense on the right pin.
Kevin Hamley told us, look, we're getting that ball up high to Lizzie Andrews so she can go over the block. Not easy to say going over the Louisville block, but she is, and then going deep to that corner away from the defense.
You know, talking to Kevin Hamley before this match, we were interested because on Friday when they hosted Notre Dame, they were blocked 13 times.
Yes, and we were both surprised looking at the stat book, but Kevin Hamley said, look, we're just trying to be dynamic. We're way up in the game, and we were hitting low, and we learned learn from it.
Cabello flings it back to Kara Cressy. That can be automatic for Louisville.
Kara Cressy so long as well, similar to Lizzie Andrew on the other side of the net for Stanford. Stanford has to stay disciplined. One of the areas that Kevin Hamley really wanted to focus on this week was cleaning up the block, and that means being disciplined with your hands on the opponent's side of the net at the block.
Peyton Peterson serves Eddie Parkert. Chicoine found a way through Stanford's block.
Stanford, again, there's a seam in that block. Hands are late closing, and Louisville takes advantage.
Peterson, as they continue to target Kurt. Elia Rubin took that, and Logan Parks got a swing in the middle of the floor, but man, Louisville knew it was coming.
It all starts with a tough serve from the back line. Peyton Peterson gets Stanford out of system, and this is the bump set way in the middle of the court. That's hard for Logan Parks to come in and terminate, especially against Kara Cressy.
It's a 5-1 run for Louisville. Parks will push it out to Parkert. Cabello running the slide with Cressy.
Transition set using those middle attackers, and Kara Cressy is attacking the seam of the block. Stanford needs to clean that up, get that block closed.
Kara Cressy on the AVCA Player of the Year watch list on all-conference preseason selection. Chicoine. The run growing and growing, 5 straight points for the Cards.
When Louisville's in system, they can run things so quickly. Chloe Chicoine is an undersized left side attacker, but she had big seam to work through.
In system, meaning they have all 3 attacking options they can go to. Logan Parks, that would be an out-of-system play. She had to throw it up to the left pin. Elia Rubin with the save. Tipped over by Sayer. And Peyton Peterson couldn't get there to attack on that ball. Kurt can, she was blocked. One-arm save from Peyton Peterson. Parks off on her back set to Sayer. That's right on the money for Kara Cressy.
Right now, Louisville is playing up in the play. They're serving tough to Stanford, and they're out of sorts offensively.
6-0 run for Louisville, and that forces Stanford to call a time.
3 NCAA semifinal appearances in a row.
Remember, the last time these two programs faced was in the regional final. That's like the Elite 8 in basketball, and it was Louisville advancing to the semifinals. Louisville was just on a 6-0 run, and forced Stanford to call a timeout. Good to see Erica Sayer get points out of that timeout.
That time, Stanford ran it a little inside, closer to a back one situation, and Sayer finds a seam in the block.
What have you noticed early on about Stanford's offense?
Well, they need to pass better, for one. I think Louisville's at an advantage. They're serving the ball better, and usually it's Stanford has the advantage in that category. So I think if Stanford can clean up their passing, they're still really good in the middle. Lizzie Andrew has 3 kills, 0 errors. Sayer has 1.
On the Louisville side of the net, the middles update. Middles have 5 of the 8 kills for Louisville.
That's a really good sign for them.
Jordan Harvey, who is the opposite.
Love that offensive play, and it starts with a good pass for Stanford. Erica Sayer drives hard for that quick set behind, and that takes the left blocker to step out. You see Harvey go one-on-one, basically wrist away.
Jordan Harvey was an all-conference second-team selection last season. Louisville was trying to work Hannah Sherman on the slide. Hello, Stanford.
Elia Rubin is such a talented left side blocker, and it's eye work and it's discipline, making sure your hands are on the opponent's side of the net. Not only is she on the ball, but her hands are quickly pressed for the stop.
Elia Rubin, the only returning All-American. She was a first-team selection last season for Stanford, and not just her play, her leadership is critical for the Cardinal. Wow, Camden Strand is all over the floor on the Louisville side. The libero in that black jersey. Another touch for Strand. Chicoine roll shot. Elliot Rubin off hands, and Dan Mesky with a little kick save up into the stand.
Extended rally, and Elliot Rubin, the way she approached that ball, she was coming in hard and flat to tool the block, and she was successful on that.
Solid save from Parks. Rubin is blocked. They'll feed Erica Sayer out of the middle.
Transition offense to the middle is such an exclamation point in terms of scoring a point. Look at Erica Sayer drive right between the two Louisville blockers with power.
Stanford has answered Louisville's 6-0 run with a 4-0 run for the Stanford Cardinal. Naelis Cabello, and they want her to be aggressive whenever she can.
When you run a 5-1, and this is only the 13th match that Cabello's run a 5-1. She's run a 6-2 in the past. You were never a front row setter, so you didn't get that opportunity. Dan Mesky wants her to be as aggressive as possible.
Yeah, and we're not just talking about at Louisville. We're talking about her 13th match running a 5-1 in her career, ever.
Jordan Harvey so explosive on the right pin. Cabello had that but could not control it because of all the heat from number 5 of Stanford. Starts with a good pass, and then Logan Parks going right side.
Stanford up by a point. We played at 25. You have to win by 2. Cabello on the run. Blackshear. Elliot Rubin off hands.
I like the experience of Elliot Rubin. She's hitting against the biggest block for Louisville. Calissa Blackshear, number 24 in white, puts up a huge block, but that's more surface area if you're an experienced hitter to tool off the block, and Rubin's doing that.
She has been a starter since her freshman year and now in her senior season. A 2-time All-American. Calissa Blackshear is stopped.
For me, just watching, it's obvious when Blackshear's in the front row, they want to get her the ball. Stanford knew it was going to her on the right pin. Well-formed block. Stanford gets a stop.
And that forces Louisville to call a timeout as Stanford is on a 7-2.
Every timeout and every play, she's the one communicating.
Chicoine was a little off balance on that swing. Blackshear leaps up in the air to take it, and kind of like a, oh, I'll take it.
She's long. It's funny, she goes up to hit, and it's like her arm unfolds, and it's hard to read where she's going with that ball. Louisville trying to get her the ball as often as possible, no matter if she's left, middle, or right in the front row.
Go-go gadget arm?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do forget she is a true freshman sometimes. Oh, monster serve from Chicoine. And Stanford gets that to drop on the Louisville side.
Elliot Rubin has all the tools. Just slows down that spin off the block and gets a piece of the block and drops for the Stanford kill.
We've seen this opening set go back and forth. At one point, Louisville was on a 6-0 run. Then Stanford just reeled off a 7-1 run. Here's Jordan Harvey. It's long.
This is a two-hitter situation for Stanford. Logan Parks is in the front row. She can attack as well.
Camden Strand serves at Rubin. Parks back set to Lizzie Andrew. Louisville blocks it perfectly. Peyton Peterson.
Peyton Peterson, number 21 in white for Louisville, does a fantastic job. Watch her on the left side of your screen. She gets in front of the hitter and takes that cut back into the angle.
The service error gives the point and the serve back to Stanford. Elia Rubin serves at Peterson. Peterson will swing, goes angle.
Stanford trying to load up Peyton Peterson with responsibility, make her pass, and then work to get out and kill that. She does a fantastic job working inside the Stanford block.
This season is the biggest load that Peyton Peterson has carried for this program, and she had to step up last year in a monstrous way. It was in the national championship match.
And boy, did she step up. Anna DeBeer went down with an injury, and she was one of the stars of that semifinal.
Yeah, Anna DeBeer, their All-American, who was just a stud for them, injured in the national semifinal last year, couldn't play in the championship match, and they called on Peyton Peterson. And ice in her veins, right?
She was training against that squad every day in practice. She was prepared for that moment.
Cabello backside to Cressy. And there's going to be a net violation on Stanford.
Ipar Kurt trying to block that ball in the net. When I look at Louisville, and one of the things Dan Meskey told us, he said, look, we've got elite defenders in the backcourt. If you see the rankings of the best passers in the country, Chloe Chicoine and Peyton Peterson are on that list, and that's a good thing to start with that first contact.
Dan Meskey told us he feels like it's the best backcourt defense that he has had. He's been a part of this Louisville program for now 9 seasons. First season as the head coach. And that's long, ties it up at 18, going to 25.
Stanford able to come up with that dig, but they're getting balls rattled through their block. They need to be close up the seams and press over.
Erica Sayer looking for line, turned it wide. His team on a 3-0 run right now. How does Stanford respond out of this timeout? They do it with a kill from Ipar Kurt.
One of the reasons that Ipar Kurt is in this match for Stanford is because she's experienced. She's played against a big block, and I'll tell you, Louisville, one of the best blocking teams in the country. She's got the tools. That one high and flat. That was a perfect clean serve, flat and clean with pace, and it just dropped in front of the passer.
And Stanford trying to figure out the slide. They stop it there.
Kevin Hanley has to be talking with blockers about getting more discipline. And if you see it, Kevin Hanley got really excited about the way Stanford closed that block and were disciplined with their hands.
It forces Louisville into its final timeout of the set. People talking about.
In Louisville's huddle, Dan Meskey was saying, hey, if we get pulled off the net, swing high, but we need to work on ball handling right there in serve receive and in transition.
This will be a free ball back to Stanford. Oh, Cressy! Eat it up!
Stanford had Louisville on the ropes, and that unforced transition setting there turns into an easy kill for Louisville.
Going to 25, you have to win by 2. Molly Wilson on the serve for the Cardinals. Parks goes backside to Erica Sayer. They say there was a touch on it before it came back to the Stanford side. Ipar Kurt gets the touch and a point for the Cardinal.
Well done by Ipar Kurt. Nowhere to go, and she turned it off the outside hand of Cabello.
And Jim Meskey's confronting the call with Mickey Chappell, who's our down official, our second referee. This would be something that he could challenge. I think the question might be the R1, the official up on the stand, originally signaled it was a point Louisville, and the R2 said, no, it was a touch. And so they called the point for Stanford. Chicoine.
Jordan Harvey, Erica Sayer working together, hip to hip, closing that block, and that takes discipline. fast off the net, and that's when the offense becomes predictable and gives the block more time to close.
Stanford needs 2 more points. Neither team has a timeout remaining in this set. Beautiful save by Rubin. Oh, middle of the floor, Jordan Harvey, and Stanford has set point.
Elia Rubin, fantastic job by her reading the play. She crashed into the middle to pick up that dig. She's all the way from left front, and then Jordan Harvey does the rest. Power.
5-1 run for Stanford. Set point. Overpass. Erica Sayer turned it wide. Second set point on the way.
At least it was an aggressive error. You want Erica Sayer going up and crushing that ball. Just too much turn on it.
Nelly Cabello. Parks to Rubin, off hands. Set point to Stanford.
Love that.
Up a lot.
Definitely. I thought Kara Cressy was really good out of the middle, and Jordan Harvey on the right side for Stanford.
There's Elia Rubin. And Hannah Sherman in the middle for Louisville. Madison, what was Louisville talking about after dropping set 1?
Head coach Dan Meskey basically said, hey, we need to right the ship. And he looked at Peyton Peterson and he said, they're serving you. I want you to take that as a challenge. Let's kind of clean up our ball handling. And then he said, middles, I need you to get there and close on Elia Rubin, which we just saw. That was a great way to slow down that attack on Rubin.
Yeah, immediately implementing that feedback they got. Here's Rubin. The block was there. She tools it, though.
Elia Rubin has the tools. She knows what to do against the big block. And I told you earlier, she's facing the biggest block in Sherman and Blackshear, just tooling the block out of bounds.
Elia Rubin with 5 kills, 1 attacking error so far today. To Sherman.
Peyton Peterson handled that pass perfectly, and that's where Louisville's getting those middles involved. That's something they need to do to free up the pins.
The middle's so important. Kara Cressy and Hannah Sherman. Cressy now in at middle for Louisville, number 13 in white. She had 6 kills in the first set.
That's a good start.
Parks feeding Rubin.
Rhythm and timing was a little bit off, but Elia Rubin had hang time and a seam to work with. Credit Lizzie Andrews. She's in the middle, and she's holding that middle blocker. That creates a seam in the block on the other side.
How beneficial is it on the floor to have somebody with a toolkit like Elia Rubin when you have a true freshman setter?
Oh, it's fantastic. Obviously, big window. She knows how to make decisions in certain situations. And Elia Rubin, you can learn from that.
Yeah, a lot of the times for Elia Rubin playing on that left pin, you're not always going to get the perfect sets. You get a lot of junk thrown out there, and it's still expected to turn it into points and kills. Pete Peterson turns it down the line. Free ball back to Louisville. Camden Schramm laid out. Off of the scoreboard, it stayed on Stanford's side of the net, so that was a playable ball.
Spencer Etzler, the libero for Stanford, was actually rolling up to cover the hitter and didn't see it hit and drop.
It is a lower ceiling. The scoreboard not super high up, and it came off of it really fast.
Yeah, it's really important to watch where that ball goes.
As long as it stays on your side of the net, it is a playable ball. Going over. All right, Logan Parks.
Logan Parks does a fantastic job turning and defending what looked like a for sure kill for Kara Cressy on this overpass. Look at her turn and press. Beautiful stuff block for Stanford.
Logan Parks came in. She was the Kansas Gatorade Player of the Year. Not only was she a great volleyball player, but won a state championship on the basketball court.
Peyton Peterson getting on that ball quick, and Stanford late on their press. It ends up on the Stanford side of the net.
Peterson's gotten 7 points off of 9 serves today. Lizzie Andrew firing off of one foot.
Lizzie Ander hit that high and flat, and it looked like it caught Peterson at a weird angle, but the trajectory from which that ball came is a little bit different because of the length of Lizzie Ander.
Coco Kirsch.
Louisville worked on their serve receive. They gave players a green light to just bomb serve to simulate that pressure that you get from the service game of Stanford. So they were doing that all week to prepare for this match.
Yeah, Stanford has always been a program under Kevin Hambley that they are okay with service errors creeping in because they want you to go back and just let it rip behind the service line.
They do, and I think I like that mentality because it can create so many opportunities.
Cabello on cleanup duty. I mean, how many times have we seen it where if you aren't serving tough, it can cost you a match?
It can cost you a match, especially when you get tentative. That's why Kevin Hambley does not talk about service errors.
Molly Wilson. Rubin tracks it down. Free ball back to the Cards. Cabello pushing it to Chicoine.
Really fast ball out to Chicoine, number 7 and wide. And Sayer chasing that ball, and she's really come a long way as a blocker just as a freshman, but still trying to get out and close as hard at the speed of that set.
Chloe Chicoine, a transfer from Purdue, spent 2 seasons there. Big time goal to experience a national semifinal, to experience a national championship. She is so driven. Hannah Sherman and Nailise Cabello.
Louisville knows that Stanford likes to attack from the left pin about 3 feet in, and they set their block inside and take away that angle.
4-0 run, Louisville. Kurt. Chicoine, roll shot. It's got to go over, it does. Spencer Etzler with a crazy save, but Chloe Chicoine will finish it.
Chloe Chicoine looks so much more comfortable.
And I talked to her a couple days ago, and she said what motivates her is being undersized. She wants to be a role model to smaller attackers, and she said her coaches really empower her to rip it every single set, and we've seen that so far in this set.
And Mads, a couple of weeks ago, they had a roles meeting with everybody on the Louisville side, and for Chloe's meeting, they talked about her intensity and how she had toned it down a little bit to get used to her new teammates, and now they want her to ramp it up.
Don't tone it down.
I'm not surprised that Holly's like, turn it up!
Great teams need those types of players that really fire up the players around you. And one of the other things Dan Meskey said, he says, I don't think I've met a player who wants it more than Chloe Chicoine. And that's saying a lot because he has some hungry athletes out there.
Yeah, I think that was one of the first conversations that they had was about her desire to experience a national semifinal when she entered the portal. It's long. That ends a 6-0 run by Louisville. Stanford won the first set 25-21, and Louisville has surged ahead here in set 2. Stanford has made a substitution too on the front row. You're seeing Julia Blafshov come in the place of Ipar Kurt, and they've kind of split that time over there.
They have. Kevin Hambley looks for matchups. Ipar Kurt has more offensive tools, but Julia Blafshov plays higher above the net.
Her first couple of seasons was just plagued with injuries and getting the most playing time of her career right now. Harvey dug by Peterson. Cabello to Chicoine. And a net violation on Stanford. They call Erica Sayer in the net.
Missed opportunity. Stanford had that ball in hand, controlled the dig. And that one got away from Sayer, just too eager in the net.
Rubin tried to step in and take that pass.
Julia Blashoff can pass the ball. She was an elite player coming out of high school.
Parks was able to set that with one hand, and she still forced it to the middle of the floor where Jordan Harvey was waiting.
That's just athleticism, going up with one hand, setting that ball, and then Jordan Harvey improvises. She wants it out of the middle, but it's a little quicker than she expected. Finds a seam in the floor quickly.
Jordan Harvey has been so good for Stanford today. 6 kills, no errors. Melissa Blackshear looking for the corner. She tags it.
Stanford is daring her to hit the line, and she's like, no, I'm going high over the top to the corner. I love the location of that kill.
She's a player that they want her to be terminal all across the net. And then in her career, they want her to be terminal anywhere on the floor.
At the high school level and in club, she was a middle attacker, so she can hit those different tempos. Service pressure right there by Louisville, creating that easy point scoring opportunity.
Largest lead for the Louisville Cardinals here. They're hitting .421 in this set. What a response after dropping the opening set. Beautiful touch from Elia Rubin.
That's that Stanford left side attack that comes from inside, and Elia Rubin is so good at using the whole court. Sees that deep line open.
Spencer Etzler, it looked like she was going after Peterson, but sent it into the net. And Stanford's going to take a timeout here. Their largest lead at 6. Cabello firing backside to Blackshear. Kara Cressy, 7 kills now for Cressy.
Louisville's getting it done because they're serving the ball well, getting a little tweak in the pass, and that really plays into the strength of Louisville's defense, giving them point-scoring opportunities in transition.
Rubin with a hammer in the angle.
You and I had a perfect angle. Elia Rubin was coming in hard for takeoff, and she had a sharp angle available. She took it. Boom, 4-4. That was fantastic.
Puts her at 8 kills for the match and just 1 error. Stopped by Blackshear.
It looks like Elia Rubin stopped and just kind of eased up to recycle that ball, but her team wasn't ready for it.
Let's check in with Madison.
Well, I listened into that timeout, and Coach Kevin Hambley said, we're down by 6, but we're backing down. We need to refuse to back down. I need someone to step up. Let's energize the team. So I do love that response from Elia Rubin with that swing.
Of course she's going to be the one to step up, Madison, right? I mean, that is her natural role as that leader. Cressy just whipping her arm.
Kara Cressy looks very confident. I mean, that's an open net play, and sometimes those are harder than you think because there's no block in front of you, but finds the deep corner, and that comes with experience and confidence.
6 kills for her in the first set, 2 here in the second set as Louisville has its largest lead at 8. Lizzie Andrew.
Stanford getting Lizzie Andrew going again. She was hot early, but we haven't called her number, and it starts with a good pass. Use her at the net, high contact point. She's been very effective.
And this is a player in Andrew who came in not playing club at a high level, was just raw and was talented, and they've really tried to hone that skill set. Back to back.
Lizzie Andrew has grown up, and I'll tell you, playing last year as a rookie, she got so much experience. This year she's stronger, more confident, knows what she's doing, and has become an elite attacker and defender.
6 kills for Andrew. Chacoin saved that play. I don't know how she got that ball back over, but she did.
She did because she wants it. It's just gutsy defense. I'll tell you, Blashoff for Stanford had a really nice block. Took an aggressive swing, unforced error, but I like her aggressive mindset. Stanford just trying to play in, get momentum on their side of the net.
I just keep feeding that.
3 kills in a row for Lizzie Andrew. The confidence, Parks to Andrew, the connection has been fantastic.
How about 4 kills on 4 swings in this set for Lizzie Andrew? Now, unfortunately, she rotates out.
Unfortunately, that's what happens.
Yeah.
There's 6 rotations, and she only plays across the front row.
Yeah, the middles have been so important for really both of these teams. Watch out, Holly.
I was ready.
I know, you had your hand up. The monitor was not ready. It's okay.
All working.
The monitor might be in concussion protocol.
But not me.
But not Holly. It's one of the benefits to sitting next to an Olympic bronze medalist.
Yes, I got you too, hopefully. Elia Rubin doing a lot of talk on the Stanford side of the net, trying to get her team dialed in.
And number 13 in that black jersey. She's in middle back right now. She takes the pass. It's perfect. They can run Sayer on the slide.
Stanford has had 4 kills in a row off the slide, and they're recognizing a weakness in the left side block. If you look at the front row, some of the smallest blockers on the Louisville team are blocking on the left side of the court. So I like that strategy by Stanford.
Both sides hitting over 300 in this set. Louisville's hitting over 400 right now. Louisville says, watch us run the slide too. There's Hannah Sherman.
Perfect pass by Peyton Peterson, and Hannah Sherman has learned how to hit a slide at Louisville. Most players come in knowing how to do that, but that's an elite level slide, turning that ball down the line to avoid Elia Rubin.
She had never hit off of 1 foot before Louisville.
Which is hard. It's a hard skill if you haven't done it before.
Well, Logan Parks could only go up and set that with 1 hand, didn't have enough boost behind it.
But that's a play where your team has to come in and like do whatever they can to get that over the net or recycle it. Missed opportunity to extend that rally.
And Louisville's tied its largest lead here. They need 3 more points to even up the match.
That time, Louisville there to block that ball.
Actually, a Stanford player touched it last. Let's see if we see that.
I can't tell if it hit Sayer's hip.
We know it bounced out. The question is, does it hit Erica Sayer, number 22 in the black jersey, on the way down?
It has to be definitive, and from that angle, I can't tell.
Also, you're 1 for 1. You said you didn't see it either, so.
I didn't.
We like to keep a little tally scoring over here. Louisville needs 3 more points. Hello, Louisville block. That is 16 blocks now for the Cards.
Hello, Calissa Blackshear, the freshman. She moved that block inside and was very disciplined in what she did with her hands. Elia Rubin had nowhere to go.
Right side at Jordan Harvey.
The right side attack in general for Stanford has been very effective today. Jordan Harvey and then both middles on the slide play.
Jordan Harvey had 5 kills in the opening set, 2 here in set number 2. Kameo to Blackshear. And that was all Elia Rubin.
Elia Rubin returned the favor. What she's doing is she's getting wide and then reaching back into the seam, taking it away from Blackshear.
Baiting that attacker. I like a little gamesmanship. It's like a chess match out there. And then a swing and a kill from Elia Rubin. Here comes Stanford.
It was interesting. Logan Parks was coming in to set this ball and tripped over Jordan Harvey as she was getting in. They laughed about it after they scored the point, but Parks and Rubin have a really nice rhythm going.
Yeah, that's in the back corner.
And I told you that arm unfolds, high contact point. It's around 11 feet. And when the net's 7'4" and 1/8", that's a way, way over the net and block.
How do you feel like Nelis Cabello has been setting her good height and everything that she needs?
Definitely the rhythm, the connection there. And you can see the confidence between each other.
Chacoin digs it on down the line. Harvey, it was tight. Blackshear got all of that. Jordan Harvey, full swing. Chacoin is going to back set Peyton Peterson, who got hands. They also have a ranked win against Creighton. Danced along the net.
Louisville had a well-formed block, but Harvey turns it sharp inside. Middle blocker Sherman needs to drop a right hand to take that away.
Jordan Harvey was super impactful in that first set. Got a little quiet in set number 2. Cabello to Blackshear.
When you have the size and athleticism of a Blackshear on that right, you like to reverse the flow with speed. Look at the block for Stanford, chasing in a huge seam in the block. Blackshear gets on top of it quickly.
Alyssa Blackshear back in her home state. She's a California native. Oh, Peyton Peterson.
That whole play and point scoring opportunity happened because Camden Schran served the ball extremely tough and got Stanford out of system.
And then she gets an ace.
Dan Meskey told us that Camden Schran has finally kind of found her swagger. She's comfortable wearing that libero jersey, knows she belongs there, and he has so much confidence in her game.
It's not easy to step into the libero jersey at Louisville because they have had several great ones.
Legends. That's 3 in a row for Louisville.
Harvey, Schran with the up. Peterson with the down. 5 straight points for Louisville.
When Louisville plays this kind of defense, they're so dynamic. Offensively, they're tough to stop.
That one dribbles the tape, scooped up by Anna Pringle. Chacoin's just going to set it over. Peterson roll shot. Elia Rubin with the set to Harvey. Cabello back to Peterson.
How about Peyton Peterson? She's turning that sharp inside the block. Erica Sayer, the freshman middle blocker, needs to continue to work that inside hand, take the angle away.
It is a 6-0 run for Louisville, and Stanford is getting Chiefs.
Some good Monday Night Football.
I love it. Do you think that Ashton has listened to the new Taylor Swift album to support his teammate?
Of course.
Travis.
That's probably mandatory as a teammate.
Yeah, probably several times.
Yes.
I know I have. Cressy got that swing. It gets caught up in the net. And that's a good sign for Stanford. They had to call a timeout as Louisville was on a 6-0 run.
Erica Sayer, the freshman middle blocker, made a nice defensive stop on that play.
And And the best...
Let's check in with Madison.
And the best part about that play was head coach Kevin Hambley pulled Erica Sayer aside during that timeout and was coaching her up on pressing, on tracking the ball. And there, boom, she gets onto the court and she executes it. Really well done from the freshman.
We have another perfect seat for that sharp angle, Holly.
First of all, Jordan Harvey had to step in and set that ball, and she pushed that beautifully out to the pin to Elia Rubin for the kill.
10 kills for Elia Rubin. That is the 8th time this season that she's been in double figures.
Cabello tried to save that, recycle it out of the block to her teammate, but she was a back row player, so that's called over.
Stanford has responded with a 3-0 run. They had given up 6 straight points. Chacoin tossing it up to Blackshear. Rubin is blocked. Blackshear.
Credit Calissa Blackshear, the freshman. She's being really disciplined, not allowing Elia Rubin to tool that ball.
Holly, Hannah Kinney is into serve for Louisville right now. I know you've loved her game, right?
She just brings a feisty, fantastic, elite ball control aspect to the back row for Louisville. Dan Meskey watched her. She played in an elite club, and he thought she was pretty special. How about Harvey getting through that seam? Harvey is one of those players who can take Stanford on her serve.
5-1 run, Stanford. Louisville had been on a 6-0 run. Peterson wants a touch, yes.
Peyton Peterson doing a really nice job working around the block, going off the inside hand of Lizzie Andrew.
Alice Cabello's going back row attack for Peyton Peterson. I don't know if we've seen that yet.
No, and it's something I asked Dan Meskey about. I said, have you guys worked on that back row attack as an extra option? He said, look, we're just trying to iron out the little things. That's kind of the next step for us.
And he said we're in counseling, him and the Bick.
Him and the Bick. He wants to like it, but he's not quite there yet. He might like that one.
And Elia Rubin had to totally stop her approach.
Yeah, that's a timing, that rhythm. And as a hitter, Elia Rubin's in the second step of her approach, so the momentum's already taking her to the net. And if the ball's not there, it's really difficult as a hitter.
And that's something that Stanford figured out towards the end of set 2, that slide.
Well, Lizzie Andrew is at 6'5", is attacking against Chloe Chacoin, the smallest blocker on the court for Louisville. That's such a matchup that you want and take advantage of.
Chacoin roll shot. Oh, busted out the toolkit.
Little finesse shot, roll shot, gets away from the defender in the backcourt, and that's a ball that Stanford looked like they were committed to picking up and then just did not execute.
And remember, too, after set 2, Dan Meskey told Madison, it's interesting they're serving our Peyton Peterson. She's liking that challenge. They did it again there. Julia Blafshaw inserted into the match in the second set. Parks took a rip at it. They said Hannah Sherman touched it. And Bradshaw tooling the block.
Logan Parks in the middle of that rally, step closing the score.
Coco Kirsch, service error. Service errors for Stanford, 3 for Louisville. Very manageable numbers. They're not really worried about the service errors.
Both teams know how crucial it is to serve tough to get these teams out of system, or they're going to jam it down your throat.
Oh, it's going over. It was mishandled by Logan Parks. This one better for Julia Blackshaw.
Julia Blashoff, number 7 in black for Stanford. She plays high. That allows her to elevate and challenge that big block on the other side of the net.
And that's interesting, too, because Kevin Hambley told us her strength has been against a smaller block because of the toolkit maybe not as extensive as Ipar Kurtz.
Well, she's learning and improving every day. And then you see Blackshear, again, attack out of the middle. That's slick, the slower, quick set, just high enough so she can go up and get it. And that's such a tough angle to defend.
We've had a slick, a bick, a fling.
A fling. A fleen.
A fleen, a fleen. That's right, flat and clean.
Yes.
Serve. That was just a heck of a dig. And it turns into a point thanks to Peyton Peterson. What a dig by Camden Schramm.
Camden Schramm working some magic in the backcourt. Number 3 in black. This is an absolute hammer. She slides under that ball, and then Peyton Peterson attacks the seam. What a play for Louisville.
Peyton Peterson's got 10 kills, double-figure kills for her for the 9th time this season. Sayer off of 1 foot, stopped by Louisville. Blashaw. Louisville's block on all sides of the net, all across it.
Louisville puts so much pressure on you when you're trying to side out. If you drop and hit it low, they're going to block you.
4th in the nation in blocks per set is Louisville. Last year, they were 1st in the nation in blocks per set. Peterson, hammer, might have gone off of Erica Sayer's head.
Peyton Peterson attacking the seam, though. There's a seam to attack, and that's something that Stanford needs to clean up. And Kevin Hambley told us that's something he wanted to do.
And they're going to make a setting change here and then bring in Taylor Yu, so number 30 in that black jersey for Stanford. Now, they started out this season running a 6-2, and Taylor Yu was that other setter. It's a 4-0 run for Louisville. Mayo feeding Peterson. Saved by Strand. Blackshear off hands. One arm save from Yu. Peterson got it. Sprinting ahead on a 5-0 run.
You see Peyton Peterson way off the net, just swinging for that corner. Defense had snuck in, and she gets that ball.
Well, Peyton Peterson fueling this run for Louisville right now. It forced Stanford to call a timeout. And Madison, what did they talk about in that timeout?
Well, it was all Elia Rubin early. She said, we got to play together. Right now, it feels fragmented, like we're playing separate. We have to fight together. Beautiful swing, and that's the way you play together. Nice pass, good set, and way to finish the ball. And then it was about defending Peyton Peterson. We told his libero, Spencer Etzler, I need you to take short, get those short balls, and let's have middle back come in and take that deep cross court.
You got to figure out something because she is hitting 600. 300 would be great. Into the block goes Peterson. And miscommunication on the Louisville side.
Blackshear had come in to play defense in the middle of the court and then was not wide enough to get out and transition that ball. But that's where you have to communicate on that play.
Blavshaw serves at Chicoine. Peterson tips. Roll shot from Elia Rubin. Taylor Yu going to Harvey. Elia Rubin off of the block, and she has 11 kills.
Taylor Yu coming in and doing a nice job getting that ball fast out to Rubin so she can hit that flat and work through the block.
There's a little moisture on the Louisville side of the court, so quick wipe up. Louisville has had runs of 6 straight points and 5 straight points in this third set. They lead at 17-12. Power from Peterson off the scoreboard. You can still play it. Stayed on Stanford's side. Etzler with the bump set to Rubin. Firing off the block. Elia Rubin wants the ball.
This ball inside, she goes off Cabello, and then here again off that right side blocker, whoever it is, and then
Blavshaw is behind the service line for Stanford. Chloe Chicoine is in right back, number 7 in the white jersey. Blavshaw serves at her, so that strategy continues. Peterson looking for line, won't get it. 5 straight points for the Cardinal.
smart adjustment by Stanford, going to Chloe Chicoine, who's pulling that pass off, and then that allows the Stanford block to get a good setup defensively.
Long, that is the run. You feeding her middle, and Erica Sayer.
Spencer Etzler, the freshman libero, number 9 in white in the middle of your court. Perfect pass, enabling her setter, Taylor Yu, to go to Erica Sayer for the kill.
Blackshear out of the middle of the floor. That's a nice look.
No answer for Blackshear, especially on that little higher ball out of the middle.
Tight set for Rubin. Harvey. Chicoine just leaped in the air. Etzler to the bump set to Rubin. Dug by Peterson. Going after it with the tip. Etzler back to Rubin, trying to turn it too much.
Elia Rubin might have got the Louisville sideline on the fly.
That was the sharpest we've seen from Elia Rubin.
Elia Rubin took something off of it, but more like a cut shot along the net.
They're wiping up where Peyton Peterson dove on the floor on the Louisville side.
This is a rotation for Louisville. 2 hitters stacked on the left. Cabello's in the front row.
Just trying to dump it over as it was going to be tight. Rubin, give her 14 kills.
Early in the season, this was a rotation that gave Louisville problems. Let's see if they can get out of that.
And there's going to be a center line violation. Chloe Chacoin dove to save it and went under the net.
2 points in a row. Louisville's given up points in this rotation. Dan Meskey talking to his setter.
There's the center line violation.
2 players.
Yeah. What makes this rotation so difficult for Louisville?
First of all, they've only got 2 hitters in the front row. If the pass is not good, it's very predictable where the ball's going.
And Louisville's going to take a timeout. Stanford is on a 4-0 run, playing to 25 here in set number 3. No matter what, we will have a set 4 because this match is...
Use that matchup. And then he said, be ready, quick side out, because we're still in this. We got it.
Can they do that? Solo block of Cressy. We are tied.
Stanford with Jordan Harvey on the back line is creating all sorts of point-scoring opportunities. Louisville's been out of system. Looked like Kara Cressy had an easy swing, but Elia Rubin takes it away from her.
5-0 run to tie it at 20. Peterson off hands.
Really tough serve by Stanford. They had Chloe Chacon and Peyton Peterson crashing in the backboard, but Peyton Peterson able to recover and take a nice swing deep cross.
Now she steps behind the service line, leading Louisville with 13 kills on the afternoon. Chacoin toiling the block.
Because Stanford setter Taylor, you had to bump set that ball. Elia Rubin had to take a little something off that swing, and Louisville makes them pay.
Peyton Peterson serves at Pringle. Rubin dug by Peterson. Chacoin's turn. Rubin laid out for it. Harvey stuck by Cressy.
Really impressive discipline by Kara Cressy to stay in the middle. Broken play, Lizzie Andrew goes back, but Kara Cressy, disciplined hand press, solo block in the middle.
She's 5th in the conference in blocks per set. Taylor Yu feeding Harvey out of the back row. Chacoin, it was a little wide. And so smart, Chloe Chacoin backed off because, yes, that was out off the block. It's a point for Louisville, and they have set point. Aces Stanford, and Louisville ends on a 4-0 run. They lead the match 2-1.
Every time each team goes on a scoring run,
they're seeking their 2nd ranked win of the season. If they can win this set, Stanford must win this set to force a 5th. Stanford's won 20 straight at home. That is in danger. It starts with a slide, and Lizzie Andrew.
Go back to what worked early. Lizzie Andrew was so successful on the slide. Stanford leaving Taylor Yu, number 30 in black, the setter on the court to run the 5-1 offense.
We saw them make the setting change in the last set. Logan Parks was the starter, and now Taylor Yu has taken over. Blackshear out of the middle.
Blackshear continues to hit that ball, and it's a late cross-body swing, and it's rattling through the block. Ellie Rubin able to touch it, but not control it.
Blackshear's got 8 kills, 3 digs, 4 blocks. It's a full stat line. You to Blackshaw.
Julia Blackshaw blasted through that block.
Some playing time, and you're seeing that pay off today. She was inserted in the second set in this match. Blackshear just a bit wide.
Blackshear's been crossbody all match till that time. Then she tried to swing away, missed it in the angle wide. She's a very low error hitter, but she's got 4.
To the back line, and Cabello just continues to feed Blackshear.
Why not? She's, like I said, a low error attacker, and she keeps it high, makes good swings, and it looks like she's hard to read defensively.
They've been setting her in the middle of the floor, even though she is playing in the opposite position. Now, keep in mind, she had never played right side, so maybe feeling comfortable swinging out of the middle.
Very comfortable. Julia Blashoff working down the line against the setter Cabello for Louisville.
Blashoff's got 5 kills. Didn't see her enter this match until set 2. It was Ipar Kurt that got the start. Looking for more production, and they're getting it. Kara Cressy.
Cressy going flat off Blashoff. Blashoff's a good-sized block, but Cressy at 6'6" is a little higher.
Blashoff on the right pin. Cabello to Chacoin. Middle of the court, it's open.
Chloe Chacon for Louisville gets on that ball quickly, throws it to the middle. Defense on the perimeter. Smart play by the Louisville pin hitter.
Peyton Peterson behind the service line right now. She served 18 times and got 14 points off of her serves.
It's a high-scoring rotation for Louisville.
Oh, that is it for Kara Cressy. Doesn't have to look pretty.
One of the things I like about Kara Cressy, she always is paying attention to what's going on. Balls pop up along the net. This is a quick dig, and she just goes up with her left hand and attacks it.
Yeah, Madison talked about it to start this match, but the very first time that Kara Cressy played in this gym in Maples Pavilion, she had 10 blocks, so she felt pretty comfortable coming into this match.
Peyton Peterson on the back line continues to score in this rotation. Kara Cressy patrolling the net in the front row, but it's a tough service pressure by Peterson causing those opportunities.
Yeah, she has led Louisville on this 4-0 run. Oh, dribbler on the tape. Sayer ready. Blashoff. 4 contacts on the Stanford side. 5 points in a row for Louisville.
Kevin Hambley telling Jordan Harvey he wants her to shift to the right side as soon as the ball is served. And that's a hard route to run because the ball is being served past you.
Now she's got to wait for it to clear. Off of the block and in. 6-0 run, Louisville. And like the Etzler Bowl, Madison. I love it.
Love it.
And he sits on the end of the bench and takes stats for the Louisville team.
Yeah, I've been watching him type away over there.
It's an important, and it's a hard job, too.
Right now, Louisville is on a 6-0 run out of the timeout. Jordan Harvey exploding on the middle of the court.
Exploding is right. One-on-one against one of the best blockers in the country. Kara Cressy even dove that way, but Jordan Harvey turns it sharper. Wow.
Stanford must win this set to extend the match. Chacoin. Dug by Etzler. Taylor Yu goes to Erica Sayer. Chicoine rolls it. Etzler tight. Wow, Elia Rubin with one hand. Elia Rubin's extra effort just got that point for Stanford.
Dan Meske is counting in his head how many times it hit Elia Rubin twice, I think.
It hit off her shoulder, and that is something that they can look at, and he will challenge. It hit her in the head. That's one.
And then arm.
And then two. 3. 4. And we counted them for you. Backside to Harvey. Dug up by Peterson. Rubin. Touch on. By the way, is 20. Dug up by Etzler. Powerful tool by Elia Rubin.
Taylor Yu is very consistent, feeding Elia Rubin flat with enough pace and height that allows Elia Rubin to go to work.
They made a setting change in set number 3. Logan Parks has been that main setter in the 5-1 system, but Taylor Yu has now stepped in today. Long for Chloe Chicoine. Stanford within 1.
Service pressure creating that opportunity. Right now, Etzler on the line for Stanford.
Run for Stanford.
Two tough serves by Etzler, getting things going for Stanford.
A 5-1 run for Stanford ties this set, and Louisville is going to make a substitution. Reese Robbins comes in.
So now there's 3 hitters in the front row. Hannah Kenny will set for this double sub rotation, although Kenny was already in as a defensive specialist. That's the versatility she brings to Louisville.
Yeah, that's number 6 in white for Louisville. All out of system. They call 4 contacts on Louisville.
Dan Meske unwinding that substitution, going back to Cabello as a setter. 2 hitters in the front row, Chicoine and Sherman. Peyton Peterson available out of the back row.
Stanford scored 4 in a row. Cabello to Chicoine. Off the scoreboard, and because it went over to Louisville's side, that ball is dead. It's a point for Louisville.
Lots of heat by Chloe Chicoine, and that one got away from the Stanford defender too high.
That scoreboard's got a lot of action today.
It has. A lot of heat on these attacks.
Chicoine dug by Rubin. Taylor Yu feeding Jordan Harvey. Sharp, sharp, sharp.
Jordan Harvey so dynamic on that right side. We called her name a lot early. Taylor Yu puts up a really nice set, and Harvey carves it sharp.
Harvey had 5 kills in the first set. She was dominant. Alyssa Blackshear.
Same play, and Stanford has not had an answer for her yet. She only had 1 error on that play, turning it wide.
Short serve from Chacoin. It's going over. Rubin takes a hack. Cabello to Peterson. Yu to Rubin.
Elliott Rubin rattles that through the block. It looked like it got middle blocker Sherman on the head after it went through her arms.
Elliott Rubin, a double-double for the 5th time this season. 18 kills, 10 digs, and 3 blocks. Yu to Harvey. Beautiful dig by Chacoin. Same thing can be said for Etzler. Harvey. Cabello on the run, goes to Peterson. Etzler to Blashaw. Peterson off hands.
Love that swing by Peterson. She was wide, a little bit off balance, and just hit it flat, which cleared off the block over the defense.
She has been so good today, 15 kills. And remember, she had 12 kills before she had even an attacking error in this match. Anna's done it from behind the service line. Tooling the block.
Lizzie Andrew now with 10 kills out of the middle.
Double figures for the 5th time for Lizzie Andrews. She rotates out. Erica Sayer takes her spot.
This is a rotation for Louisville, 3 hitters, but Blackshear is in the middle.
And Stanford using Ipar Kurt to serve. She started this match, but since then, Julia Blavshov has taken her place. Tied up for the 7th time here in set number 4. Stanford has to win this set to force a 5th. Erica Sayer down the line with a boom.
Wow. Elliott Rubin in the middle of the court. I don't know why you're serving her. Puts up a beautiful pass, and Erica Sayer, who's unafraid to compete, crushes it down the line.
Cabello taps it over. Yu to Sayer. Cabello running Cressy on the slide. Etzler on the move. She got there. Free ball back to Louisville. Cressy just pounding it.
On the free ball, I'm watching Kara Cressy. She's audibling the set she wants, whether it's wide or inside. That time, she opts to hit it a little closer to the setter, and that tricks up the block.
Wow, so experienced, such a veteran, a 5th-year player, a captain. Got to play this summer with the U23 national team in the Pan Am Cup. Harvey, middle of the court.
Why not? She has scored every time on that swing. It's just a little 2-set. Both pin blockers are scooting out to their position, and that puts her 1-on-1.
She only has 1 attacking error. 12 kills. Stanford has 3 players in double figures. Elliott Rubin, Jordan Harvey, and Lizzie Andrew. But then you look at Louisville, they have 4 players in double figures.
There's been a lot of balance, and I feel like teams have taken turns using their middle, and then their pins got hot, and then back to the middle, and then we've seen Harvey on the right side.
Molly Wilson serves at Blavshaw. Kenny sets it up for Chacoin. One arm save from Peterson. Yu back to Harvey. Tried to swipe it off the block. Chacoin tools it in a hustle of a rally.
There were so many things that I liked from Louisville in that play. Peyton Peterson, middle back, made a fantastic one-arm dig. And then Hannah Kenny, number 6, she's a defensive specialist, but she sets as well, steps in and puts up a really nice transition set with her hands.
Peyton Peterson has 15 digs. Her career high is 16. Ooh, spicy out of the middle of the floor, Erica. Louisville on a 3-0 run. Molly Wilson serving. They've been targeting Blavshaw. That continues. Harvey dug up by Wilson. Chacoin sends it wide. Stanford gets the point out of the timeout.
Transition opportunity for Louisville, missed there, but they're getting those opportunities because they're digging the ball.
Cabello wants to run Hannah Sherman behind.
Elia Rubin a tiny bit late with her press, and Sherman makes her pay. Sherman's so physical and has really learned to go off one foot and tack high and hard off the block.
Last year, she was that third middle, meaning she was on the outside looking in, playing behind 2 others, and now she has earned that spot. Terminal. Sadly, Lizzie Andrew right in the middle.
Look out below. I mean, high contact point, driving hard, perfect pass right in Taylor Yu's hands, wrist away. That's pretty.
Hitting .667. Her receiving average is .435, and that's outstanding.
Every time these teams go on a scoring run, it's from the service line, creating those opportunities, and Harvey's been leading that for Stanford.
Oh, and a service error gives Louisville back the lead. Going to 25 points. Chloe Chacoin goes short. Elia Rubin takes it and will swing. Cabello out to Peterson. Touch on it. Louisville hits 20 points.
Peterson flat attacking down the line past Yu, number 30 in black. Can Louisville finish?
Oh, and a communication breakdown on the Stanford side. They let that drop.
Elia has to hit, so I believe Julia Blashoff said, I'm going to take that short ball so you can just worry about hitting prior to that.
They go short again. Elia this time takes the pass. And they run Lizzie Andrew, who now has 9 kills over her last 11 or 12 swings with no errors.
Get her the ball, and in order to do so, you got to pass. This is a rotation for Louisville. They've gone Blackshear out of the middle almost every time.
Oh, and a service error at a critical time. That puts Louisville 3 points away from winning the match. Stanford has to win this set to force a 5th.
Somebody's buying donuts tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's what happens if you serve and it doesn't even get to the net. She's buying donuts for everybody in Maples and everybody watching on TV.
Well, Louisville is looking for its second ranked win. Stanford has won 20 in a row at home. That is in danger right now. Blackshear, yes, corner pocket.
Stanford has had no answer for that particular play. Blackshear out of the middle.
Louisville won the last meeting between these two. It was in the round of 8, like the Elite 8 in basketball. Back row attack from Harvey.
Two-hitter rotation. They get Jordan Harvey going out of the back row. It's a ball that they think she can be really good at, but the numbers haven't shown it. But that's a big play right there for Stanford.
She just tied her season high with 13 kills. Yu goes to black shot down the line.
Hannah Kenny played right back defense, does that, just ball him right at her face, but Louisville couldn't do anything with it.
Timeout. Oh, a challenge by Louisville.
Louisville is challenging a net fault.
Looking to see if Stanford was in the net.
After review, the call is confirmed. Louisville will lose their challenge.
So Louisville has no challenges remaining unless we go to a 5th set. Each team gets an additional challenge. Louisville led 23-20. Stanford's got a chance to tie it up. Going to 25 points, you have to win by 2. And Camden Strand has been struggling to pass the last few rallies. Free ball back to Stanford. Sayer in the middle. They have tied it at 23.
Just saying a passer's fight. They're putting some pressure on us. Let's pass this ball forward. Quick side out. I want to see quick hands up there on the attack. Let's swipe it off their hands.
They go after Strand. That's a much better pass. Kara Cressy makes it match point Louisville.
Not the cleanest play by Louisville, but Stanford wasn't there in time to block that ball.
Peyton Peterson will serve for the match. Taylor Yu to Blackshaw. We keep going. You must win by 2.
Good thing for Stanford, Elia Rubin in the front row.
Stanford's going to make a serving sub and bring in Anna Pringle to serve. Cabello out to Chacoin. Second match point on the way for Louisville.
Cabello's doing a really nice job. That pass is at the 3-meter line, and she's still firing it out fast to Chacoin, who's going flat and deep.
Holly Wilson comes on for Louisville, number 10 in white, to serve. It's the second match point for the Cardinals. Yu out to Elia Rubin. Feeding Rubin. Cabello to Chacoin off the block. Jordan Harvey's got to get there. She does. Cabello dumps it. And Louisville goes on the road, and they beat number 4 Stanford.